Morning. Why would a doctor want to hire a carpenter?
This is where my work is done.
What is your work?
Medical research. Let me see those hands.
You must have got it. Oh, Vivian! It's working at a hospital, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna see how smart you are.
Vivian, Dr. Blaylock wanted you to have this.
Excuse me, all workers punch in at the rear entrance.
He's with me.
I'm sorry, Dr. Blaylock, but that's the rules.
Look at blew her face.
I don't think that she's breathing right now. I don't think that she's breathing.
That baby back there, how long?
6 months. Are you going to take this on, Doctor?
No one's ever done anything as hard as this.
You can't operate on the heart. That's basic.
There must be a way to get more blood to the lungs.
If we focus on the pulmonary artery.
Oh, on this God's earth are you?
You got that white coat. You're just a class 3, work the same as me.
I'd like some coffee and a donut.
What about you going to medical school?
You don't have to remind me of that, Clara. We have a family now.
Let's start with experiments. Let's break their rules. You can begin the incision.
I'm not ready for that.
If I say you're ready, you're ready.
You have to see this. Vivian Thomas is operating, assisted by the chief of surgery.
Retract it.
No sushi.
Can't we try things my way occasionally? I think we've found a way to repair your daughter's heart.
Your quest for glory is vain. Postpone the operation until you have more experience.
Postponing means signing that baby's death warrant. I'm operating tomorrow. Hey, Vivian Thomas.
What's wrong? What's happened?
Agent Vivian Thomas. Wanted in OR right now. You're talking me through this. Scrub up.
What's he doing here?
You can resume your duties.
These are his duties. We made history together. We changed the world.
Coming in February to PBS.
The story I will tell you tonight is a story of wonder and amazement.
A Nova science drama.
This is one of the towering figures of chemistry in the 20th century, and one of the great African-American scientists of all time.
This man was Exhibit A of determination and never giving up.
I will prove him wrong.
Rampant scientific racism.
To leave would have been cowardly and wrong.
These compounds were involved in reproduction, sexual development, the response to injury, and growth.
Well, every patient wanted to be put on this magic drug.
The face of medicine would be changed.
Will you state your full name for the record?
My name is Percy Julian.
Forgotten Genius on Nova. February 6th on PBS.
I always said you can do anything anybody else can do, only you can do it better.
Ben Carson is a neurologist who had done some breakthrough surgeries in like the first 7 years of his career. He had come from real humble beginnings in Detroit.
I'm not sure how to discipline your son, Mrs. Carson. Have you seen his latest report card?
And no one expected him to be a positive influence on society.
In Ben's case, of course, he had a key ingredient, which is he had a very committed parent.
You know, my mother was perhaps the most powerful influence in my life, and she would never accept any excuses from us.
You're going to go to the library and pick out 2 books, and at the end of the week, you're going to hand me a written report about what you read.
Reading obviously changed my perception of who I was. I think it will always have a profound effect. How I approach problems in general. I love to solve problems.
If someone doesn't operate on this man soon, he will die.
Go for it.
When I was told my role would be played by Cuba Gooding Jr., I was thrilled.
I'm going to start separation now, starting below the torcular. I'm not a neurosurgeon, and a lot of the things that we're doing now, I don't even understand some of the words that I'm saying.
Your wife will be fine, Dr. Carson. She'll be just fine. But I'm sorry to say we lost the babies.
But if you can feel for him when he's going through tough times in his life, and yet understand that he needed to go through that to create the magic that he's created and to do the miracle things that he's done, then I've done my job a little bit.
Except for 29.
There he is. I'm betting on the director.
Oh, yes. Pleasure to meet you. To have you guys here on the set is such an honor for us.
Ben is blessed. He can maneuver his hands and the ability to feel through the human brain and find things and solve problems. And that's why he has gifted hands.
Medicine was the only career that ever interested me. I want people to understand that when they're looking at this movie, they're looking at the story of themselves.
Good morning.
And that there is a one-to-one correlation between what you put into life and what you get out of life.
A Johnson & Johnson Spotlight presentation film, Gifted Hands. See the world premiere Saturday, February 7th at 8, only on TNT.
You can be anything you want to be.
The heartwarming true story of a mother's love and determination that inspired an ordinary boy
You weren't meant to be a failure, Benny.
to reach extraordinary heights.
You did very well, Dr. Carson. She came through just fine.
Thank you.
Academy Award winner Cuba Gooding Jr. and Kimberly Elise. Gifted Hands, the Ben Carson story.
He's a brilliant scientist with a dream.
I want to walk again.
But what he becomes will defy imagination.
What are you, man?
From the writer of Batman and the director of Darkman.
Put all your money and jewels in the bag.
You won't win.
Comes a new breed of superhero.
Who are you?
Call me the Mantis.
Mantis premieres Friday, August 26th.
When we first created Deep Space Nine, we were forced to create a show that was land-based, that took place on a space station, because the show was going to overlap with The Next Generation by 2 years, and we didn't want to have two Star Trek shows, both featuring a spaceship going off where no man has gone before and a crew of people, so we wanted to do something different.
Here at Quark's, customer satisfaction is our primary concern.
I'd say we just found our way into a wormhole.
What's fascinating about Deep Space Nine is that you have the entire galaxy coming through. I mean, it's endless.
I don't know where I came from. No idea if there are any others like me. Well, the answers to a lot of my questions may be somewhere on the other side of that wormhole.
We were a group of actors that were very experienced, mostly theater. It was fun. It was like a Disneyland for actors to come to work.
I'm Kira Nerys. That makes two of us.
Certainly, what is unique about it in terms of the Star Trek canon is its darkness. Every one of these characters has a dark side.
Talk to me! Tell me something!
Anything. Lie if you have to, but say it now, please.
It enabled us to create recurring secondary characters, which really enriched the show because of all the multi-layers of relationships that have existed over the years. And it's a very character-driven show as a result, and I think it makes it quite unique.
Lieutenant Commander Worf, reporting for duty, sir. What interested me was the idea that the character would grow even more, and that I would become a larger part of the Star Trek universe than I already was. We are getting married here on Deep Space Nine. Because of the success of the original and our show, they got to try a lot of different things in Deep Space Nine to really kind of push the envelope in a lot of ways.
I have a beehive hairdo, go-go boots, and a mini skirt, which, let me tell you, it's pretty mini.
I think the true legacy of Deep Space Nine is that it's become the most human Star Trek.
You really are just like me, aren't you?
Yes. You're home.
Now I get it.
What?
Why you wanted to build this ship.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
Are we gonna have dinner together or not?
And if we do, then what?
I don't know, maybe we could go dancing?
And after that, I suppose you'll expect me to kiss you.
Well, it's possible.
Well, then who needs dinner? Why don't I just get it over with and kiss you right now?
Well, why don't you?
Don't get killed.
I'll do my best.
And action!
To the best crew any captain ever had, this may be the last time we're all together.
The truth is, Deep Space Nine is a 176-hour saga. And no one meant it to be that at the beginning, but that's what it became. So I hope people enjoy it for many years to come.
Watch for all 7 seasons of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, coming to DVD in 2003. Available for the first time in breathtaking 5.1 surround sound. Plus, new interviews with the cast and crew, rare behind-the-scenes footage, and a host of interactive special features that will take viewers to the next level of home entertainment.
Never underestimate the element of surprise. Hold on!
The next great collector's edition from the Final Frontier is ready for launch. The DVD release of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, coming 2003.